This film festival is gathered around the theme of depiction of violent video games in films and moderation of violence. In modern society, people increasingly spend time in front of TVs, tablets and telephones. A society which mainly uses books as a means of entertainment now entertains itself with content through the screens. Nowadays, people increasingly use technological means of amusement. It can be argued that this has direct impact on their lives. As technology evolves rapidly, it is important to know not only the positive aspects of technological development, but also the negative factors. It was found out that one of the most common electronic amusement today is video games. Video games are played by people of all ages and social statuses. But are the video games harmless? There are lots of video games of different genres and types, but the most popular games in the world contain violence. Such games are available and are in demand not only among adults but also among children. In the context of children mass media, video games are the second most consumed by children after television, and thus video games can become an essential factor in the formation and development of children. However, violence depicted in video games causes aggressive behavior among both adults and children, threatens public safety, and therefore requires moderation. The goal of my festival is to show and highlight the social problems that arise in people's life due to the negative impact of video games with violent content. In this way, my festival will help people to realize that video games require regulations. At my film festival, I want to highlight a number of problems that arise from the impact of video games on people's psyche. Among these problems will be dependence on games, the inability to distinguish reality from the game, the transfer of aggression into real life, the cultivation of game heroes, identification with the characters of the game, the cultivation of physical strength, the substitution of values, the formation of a disordered picture of the real world. I want the films that presented on the festival to reflect the basic idea that video games and the violence they portray should be regulated. In addition to the problems mentioned above, the festival will address issues such as the social realization of players in society. As gamers spend more time in games and become accustomed to communicating with their peers in online games, their social behavior in society is increasingly observed. From an early age, children begin to spend less time in reality, and communication in real life is problematic for them. In addition, it has become known that more and more children of primary school age don't have basic life skills such as tying shoelaces, but they can download games from the Apple Store and find videos on YouTube. The festival will include both feature films and documentaries to convey that violence in video games is a real problem to know about. Film at the festival will show how problems appeared due to the video games in a person's life and the consequences it has led to. The theme of my film festival is more relevant than ever, as video games are played not only by children but also by a huge number of adults. Adults often prefer video games with violent content, and it will be important for them to learn how this can affect their lives. Moreover, these days, when we spend more time online gaming, it is also important for us to know that the media space captures us and we are becoming more and more dependent on it every day and less able to adequately assess reality. My festival will be useful for a wide audience as it has an educational mission and goal to protect mainly children from the negative effects of video games.